Two-factor authentication requires users to provide an additional form of authentication on top of their password when logging into their account. This additional form of authentication could be a unique PIN code sent to their phone or responding to a notification on their mobile device. It is widely believed that if the attacker has their target's username and password, as long as two-factor authentication is enabled, they will still be protected. However, with this demonstration, I'll show you just how simply this can be bypassed. We'll be targeting a Microsoft 365 user, however this technique could apply to any service. A user has arrived at our login page. Other than a missing dot between login and Microsoft, everything would look authentic to a user in the UK. In our scenario, the user enters their email address and clicks Next. All company customizations are copied over. This instills confidence for the user. In our situation, the user enters their password and clicks Sign In. Following this, the user receives a sign-in notification on their phone. As they are expecting this, they approve this request. For ease of use, a user clicks Don't show this again and Yes to staying signed in. Other than the web address at the top, everything would look and function as the user would expect. Over on our attacker's computer, we can see the username and password have been captured. If the organisation solely relied upon usernames and passwords, then the attacker would have access to this account until the password was reset, regardless of how complex the password was. However, this is not enough on its own to bypass two-factor authentication. Fortunately for the attacker, a session token was captured. Providing the user was still signed in, the attacker would simply need to copy and paste the token to impersonate the user. The attacker navigates to the official Microsoft 365 login page. As you can see, they are not logged in. To bypass multi-factor authentication and log in as their target, they select the Cookie Editor plugin. Click Import. All that there is left to do now is to paste the session token. Click Import. And then press F5 to refresh the web page. The attacker is now logged into Microsoft 365 as their target user. By no means does this attack suggest that avoiding the implementation of two-factor authentication is a better solution. Exclusively relying on a username and password poses a much greater risk. The video highlights that there are risks associated with two-factor authentication and how new exploit methods are constantly being developed. As a result, businesses and individuals are constantly required to change and adapt their procedures to these threats. For any advice protecting your company against attacks like this and others, please feel free to contact us.